Before I start this podcast, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this podcast. Is Deep Dive Podcast, and I'm your host, Gamer Anton D. We are going to talk about the romantic side of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. So, it's been so long since I did a Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, so I decided I'm like, all right, um, I don't know how this popped out of my head, but I kind of want to talk about it. So first, we're gonna talk about just a little bit of Brooklyn and Kenji because I kind of already talked about it from my last podcast that I did in Jurassic World Temptations. I, thinking about it now, it's kind of like I'm okay with it, but I feel like I just feel like they kind of like rust, like they kind of didn't like rust it. Like I think like they kind of like all right, Kenji confessed his feelings to Brooklyn first, so that's why Brooklyn said yes. I feel like Brooklyn have like some feelings for Darius. It's just it's just because Darius never had like I think he never expressed his feelings, and then Brooklyn be like, all right, Kenji is the one who confessed first, so I'm gonna date him. So now, so now we're gonna have what's it called? Who I think who should date Darius. First I think is like Yasmina because I remember like season 2 or season 3 they um Yasmina was like trying to cheer up Darius and I kind of like the idea of that. And like I wish they kind of like build that up a little bit more, but they just be like, let's go to the next episodes in the next season. Let's move on about that. But I just feel like now because they go into a different direction because if Ben and Yasmina is like getting what's it called bonding together kind of thing. They I think they like the same thing almost because like I think Ben likes Yasmina's drawing and then season 4 they was like bonding with each other a little bit better. So that means like Sammy is like the one for Darius. But I just feel like that one is like it it doesn't like I feel like it doesn't work just because Sammy and Darius the two things that or the one thing that they have like the like in common is like they both like dinosaurs. And I just feel that doesn't like that doesn't do anything. Like that's like two best friends. Like they like the same things, so they become friends, and then that's it. But yeah, I don't think like Sammy doesn't make any sense for like Darius to date. And the other side, like I still kind of hoping that like Brooklyn or Yasmina dates Darius, but yeah, it's kind of like uh, which which person what? But I think probably Brooklyn would stay with Kenji for like a long time. So like, but if no one if no one dates like in the next season, if no one date anybody, I'm okay with that too because uh, it's because like I'm not like I what's a card? I'm not like sorry. I'm thinking about the word. I'm like I'm not really focused on the romantic side. Even though this is like I'm talking about the romantic side of this, but like I'm not like really focused on that. I just like really focus on the dinosaurs and like the build up of each characters. And yeah, that's it for this podcast. If you guys like this podcast, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button too. and I will see you next time.